So what we want to do is create two buttons. The first button will, one button will go to a developer tab. I'm sorry, one button will initiate a MessageBox response, and the other button will create a user form. So I'll interact with the user form. So you want to be in developer tab, and these are automate tabs, help tab, view tab. Be in your developer tab and hit insert, and you just want to hit a button. Do not use ActiveX controls, it's form controls. ActiveX is a little more advanced form. They really kind of do the same thing. It's not much difference, okay? And you want to cancel, and here you have your button. And in your button, you want to hit, make sure you don't delete the button, but type in show message box, okay? Then what you want to do is obviously click out. Insert, again, form control. And in this form control, obviously, you want to create, click, create this, and we want to show user form, okay? And I'll show you the difference in a minute. So one button is message box, one button is user form. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to view code or under the developer tab, and here it is. And what you're going to do is you're going to split screen this and this. Now on the split screen, now you can see the entire mechanism. Here, when you click, you will click here on the developer box here, and you want to insert module. In your module is where your code is. And so first thing you want to do is type in sub. Sub means, I'm sorry, not sub, sub. Sub means function, right? So you want to call a function. I'm going to call this function show message box. Now I can pretty much call this anything I want, but I'm just going to call it here. And then I'm going to type in message box capital PX, just like that. Or I could just take the underline out here, show message box, okay? And here I have end sub. As soon as I hit return, notice the end sub pops up. Now what I'm going to do is type in the following. I type in the command MSGBox, okay? And I'm going to type in, hello, this is a message box, okay? And I'm going to save it. And when I save this, I want you to know something. I want to save it as, I do not want to save it as an Excel file. I want to save it as, and I can just go to my desktop here real quick, right? Go to my desktop, and in my desktop, I can type in the following, right? In my desktop, I can say lesson 1 VBA, oh, sorry, let's go this, VBA lesson 1. But when I save it, I want to save it as XL macro enable workbook right here, not your workbook, but here. I'm just going to save it real quick. Now it's going to save, bam, okay? So now I'm in a XLSM file. Now what I'm going to do here is I have to call this right here, right? So I'm going to right click and I'm going to assign macro real quick, and I'm going to show, look, the message box. So this message box here has to be the same as here. You hit OK, you hit save, boom, there's my message box. Okay, there it is. And I can do this all day. Now I can make multiple buttons and I can call multiple things. Okay, but now what I want to do also is create a user form, right? So what's a user form? So let's go back here and insert user form. And a user form is simply, I can create a lot of stuff here. So I can type in here, let me just go and do this. I can make a form and type in, this is a user form, okay? And from here on the user form, I can kind of, do all my attributes with word wrap, special effects, left, background color, right, caption, border style. And what I want to do is I want to go to font real quick, and then I click on font, and I'm going to show you how I did that again. It was really quick. But if you go here, it says font, and I double click, and here's my font. I can actually increase the size of my text, and I can make it bold. And here we go. This is a user form, right? And I'm going to go ahead, and I can add more things, by the way. I can just add a bunch of these little doohickeys. I can do toggle folders. I can do all sorts of stuff. See that? I can add buttons here also. So you can do a lot with the user form, toggle button things, but we're going to keep it simple, okay? And we're going to save it here, okay? Now, I'm going to go back to my module. Obviously, I have to pull my module. So I'm going to hit sub, show, and it'll be called show user form. So it'll be called show, show user form. And maybe call it something slightly different. Actually, I was thinking show u form. How about that? So that'll separate any kind of saved previous language here. And then I want to type in user form one.show. Why is it user form? User form one is here. I'm going to show what's in here, and I'm going to do user form one.show. Okay, bam, just like that. And I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to right click on this user form. I'm going to assign the macro. I'm going to show u form. Okay. Save it again. And there it is. I hit message box, my message box, and here's my user form. And this is a user form. Okay. And here's my message box. Let me click out of that. And here's my message box here. Right. So here the message box is something that's pre-programmed for you. Right. Obviously it's made from a user form. Or I can make it my own user form and do it this way. Okay, so go ahead and play with that and see what you come up with.